Hi everybody, my name is Carnita and I have a story to tell. Um, in 2015, I got charged with a crime that I didn't have nothing to do with nothing, okay? I had just moved back to Pennsylvania from Indianapolis, Indiana, only because my mother was sick, so I caught myself coming down here, okay? Wish I want to leave again. Now, the officer come knocking on my door at 8 p.m. while I was in bed sleep. Okay, I had just took my medicine, so I was drowsy and I was in bed sleep. I had took sleeping medicine. And when I got up and checked on everybody before I opened up the door, my grandson was also asleep because he was asleep next to my daughter. So, and at that time, my daughter was 15 going on 16. Okay. Now, they said my grandson was hanging out the window when he was about maybe 3, I think it was, 3 or 4, I'm not for sure. My grandson wasn't hanging out the window because, number one, my grandson would have had an accident because my window was tall. I was living in a house upstairs, but my window was real tall. My grandson was short for his age. So if he was hanging out the window, you know what I mean, he would have got hurt because it's not, that mean he would have had to step up on stuff, and there wasn't nothing in that room to step up. Okay, so my daughter must have seen my grandson in the window, and she corrected him and got him out the window because I think I went to the store that day. I'm not for sure. So they said it was me, and if it was, didn't matter if it was me or not or her. If he was being corrective getting out the window, it shouldn't have been a problem, okay? Then they takes me to the police department. I'm thinking they going to question me about my grandson. They take me to a interrogation room that I never been in before and ask me about some woman and some paint that's supposed to went on her car. I don't know anything about no woman, no paint. I just moved around there. I didn't know nobody on that block at all. This was in Upper Darby. They made me lie. I told them 100 times I didn't do it and that's not me. They made me lie because they threatened to take my grandkids from me so I can lie and say it was me. All because I'm black and they white. But my thing is, that girl might be black too. I don't know. So I got a charge. The officer kept calling me, asking me for $50 to pay for her pay. I told him no. I'm not paying for something I didn't do. So that's why all of a sudden I got bigger charge for it because I wouldn't pay $50 for her car when I didn't do it. They showed me a picture of a 20-something-year-old girl between 16 to in her 20s. Back then, I was at least 38, 39. I wasn't even 40 yet. And at that time, I was 265 pounds. I was big. This girl, the picture they showed me, was littler than me. I don't wear bandanas. I had my hair braided. This girl had a bandana on like she didn't have her hair done at all. I don't come outside with a bandana. I was in a house with a man and my children, my grandchildren, sleep in bed when all this is supposed to happen. I never come outside in Upper Darby and sit on a step unless I'm going somewhere. Especially at nighttime. I'm in the house before 8 p.m. unless I'm working. It just don't make no sense that I got charged for a crime that I didn't do. Then, in 2019, I also got charged for an officer trying to tell me what my name is when I told him my name was. I showed him my ID. I showed him my birth certificate, and I still got charged for false ID. All because I had changed my name when I lived in Delaware. And all because the state of Pennsylvania still had me under one name. That's not my problem. I don't live down here. It doesn't matter. I don't live down here. So if I'm allowed to change my name 100 million times if I want to. But I showed him everything. My birth certificate even have my new name on it. My ID have my new name on it. And I got charged for false ID. All because the judge in Brookhaven, Pennsylvania allowed that officer do false report. Okay? Now let me get to Upper Darby. I had to go to court Upper Darby with one of the victims. I'm not going to say her name. She was on the stand lying. The judge, not Upper Darby, Darby, Pennsylvania. The judge and the victim knew each other. Okay? First of all, it was conflict of interest. They were supposed to throw that case out a long time ago, and they didn't. All right? They talk all the time. They live right next door to each other at the time. So, the judge had a hearing through me in a holding cell, and they did a hearing without me being there. I don't even know what was said. I don't know what was going on, but that's what they did. So, I was knocking on the holding cell door. You got the constable and some other guy. I don't know if he was a constable or a cop. Come into the holding cell, take my cane from me, and then lied and said I struck him with the cane. Now, by law, please somebody explain to me. If I struck this man with my cane, why did I walk out the court with the same cane and I got sentenced to 2.5 years for a crime I didn't do with that same cane? And to this day of 2023, it's 2026 now. 2023 is when I lost my cane. I lost it. I left it somewhere. I had that same cane for 3.5 years. So if I so much struck this man with my cane, they were supposed to, number one, take the cane from me. Number two, hold it for evidence. Number three, I wasn't supposed to walk the heck out with it. So that don't make any sense with me. This is what I'm saying, how Delaware County lies so much. And it's a shame that these officers and these goddamn juvenile, whatever they are, get away with a lot of stuff, all because I'm black. He lied on me because I was black. And yes, I must still say it. Right along with the judges. They white, I'm black, so they get away with a lot of stuff. And this don't make any sense. So now I have a record for a crime I didn't do. They messed my record up. Now I had some aggravated assault, which I don't even know what aggravated assault is. I ain't never aggravate nobody or assaulted nobody. But for this officer to lie, I believe they need to be punished. They don't need their job. They don't need to be working. They need to be punished. You got all of them. It's crooked. Right along with the judge in Chester, Pennsylvania. I'm not going to say her name on here, but she knows exactly who I'm talking about. Okay? This is pathetic. All right? This is really pathetic. I got charged for a crime I did not commit. That I did not commit it. And I want to, and I want to, and it's pathetic. They had me on the news of my grandson hanging out the window. Like I was a crazy woman. And I take good care of mine. Good care of mine. And I still had my grandchild. But they messed my life up. And I want them to be punished. And I will tell you who the judge is. And I would, at the end of the day, you got the district attorney. Only why they win their case is because they be trying to better more cases on other people so they could go ahead and win their case. Knowing they ain't win their case. They don't want to hear the truth. The truth will always set you free. And they would never want to hear the truth. And I'm hurt about that. Because I'm on probation for a crime I did not commit. For a crime that shouldn't have never even been there. I was living in Delaware. Delaware minding my business in my house. Okay, I lost my house. I lost my job because it's behind this biatch. Been in jail for 2.5 years upstate for a crime I did not commit. I had to lie to state parole just to come home. That is ridiculous. I don't lie. I'm not a liar. It's a shame that you gotta lie and say, admit to a crime you didn't do. It really is. I hope this story gets to a lot of people. I do not trust Pennsylvania. I don't have no respect for anyone in the state of Pennsylvania. Any judges, police, any of them. I don't have no respect for them. They don't even have my vote. I won't even vote for these people down here if somebody paid me $1 million. I would never vote for them. Because in my world, they don't need to be working. The cops need to give up his badge. Then you got the you know what I mean? Then you got the judges. They just so stupid. They need to give up their they need to give up their stuff too and just get off the bench. I will tell you who the judge is pretty soon. I will be back.